Let's move on to topic number 4. And the fourth topic today comes to us from Tasin Mohammad, who writes, John, Rotten Tomatoes recently posted that Black Panther crossed 700 million at the domestic box office. How is this possible? Is Black Panther still in theaters after almost 6 months after its release? So, yes, Black Panther is now $700 million. I mean, it became the third biggest domestic film of all time a long time ago, months ago. But it has hung around in theaters and hung around in theaters and hung around in theaters. Here's the interesting thing. It should not have crossed 700 million because it's hit 699 million a month and a half ago. Like a month and a half ago, it hit 699 million. And it was running out of steam, running out of steam. What became clear was that it was not going to hit 700 million, which is fine. Who cares? It's still the third biggest domestic film of all time, blah, 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 blah. But I guess Disney just really wanted to hit that number because Disney cheated. About 2 weeks ago, they bought out and they got Black Panther put into 5 times the amount of theaters. So it was down to about 20-something theaters that was still in nationwide. And then all of a sudden, Disney put it in to 5 times as many theaters. And so now it was at like 150-something theaters all of a sudden. And that push gave them just enough to get it to crawl over the 700 million mark. I mean, it doesn't matter. At $699,886,000, we all would have just referred to it as Black Panther made 700 million. So it doesn't really matter. But I guess for the optics of it to say it made $700 million, Disney cheated a little bit 2 weeks ago, and they put it in quintuple the amount of theaters, something that no movie ever does, just so it could eke out an extra $20,000. And sure enough, it's now over $700 million by $4,000 because of that little cheat move. You're allowed to do it, but it is kind of cheating. But still, it is interesting to note that Black Panther has become just the third film in history to cross $700 million at the domestic box office. And I should say, when I say Disney bought them out, I don't mean they bought out the tickets. They just rented the theater. They made a deal to get Black Panther put into 5 times as many theaters just 2 weeks ago to make sure that enough people say they just needed it to make another $20,000. And it crossed that line. So a little bit of a cheat, but it's fair. It is fair. It's not against the rules. So there you have it. Black Panther becomes only the third film in history, domestically, to cross the $700 million mark. And it's an impressive feat. No doubt, it's an impressive feat. All right, let's move on to the final official email today.